The Continental Tires Superboat Series is all about points. If you win the night, there's 15 points on offer, right down to 6 points per 10th. But of course, you can make up extra points in the early rounds, where if you get fastest time in the round, you can earn up to 10 points, right down to 1. So you've got to be right on your game right through the entire evening.
So at the end of the season, whoever wins the Continental Tires V8 Superboat Challenge will be a deserved winner.
Nighttime racing, V8 Superboats, really tough gig for the drivers. As the water's getting washed up onto the banks, it's cascading back onto the course, making it really hard to determine what is in fact dirt and what is water.
Kim Lucas was the first to hit the water in the finals of the 350 category in the immaculately prepared yellow Our Toy machine. The conditions were absolutely ideal, the water was like glass and the lights were glistening. Mark Garlick was the next man to approach the starter in the finals of the 350 category in the beautiful Grumpy machine. They got a good start, but unfortunately for Mark, around about halfway through this run, a plug lead dropped and they went on to 7 cylinders. So with the Our Toy machine hitting the line again, Kim Lucas vacating the driver's seat and making way for her husband, Brooke Lucas, and putting the boat on the water and pushing very, very hard. This was to be the most blistering time of the evening to take the category.
Congratulations. Thanks, mate. It's gone right down to the wire. You nutted Garlow in the end, and also Kim.
Yeah, it was a bit hard to beat him when he's in. You've got to take the wins when they come, but yeah, it's a disappointment to have him, go out like that with a spark plug lead out. But to have Kim keeping me honest as well was great, so yeah, it's good. It was good to come here tonight and really race him, so it was fun.
So with the 350 category finals run and won, the point standings were becoming very interesting. In third spot at the moment on 43 points was Kim Lucas. In second on 46 points, Mark Garlick, and Brooke Lucas leading at the moment on 49 points. So, finals time comes around now for the Group A 400 category, and the first competitor to hit the water was Fonzie Mullen in the Triple X machine. This boat has been getting stronger and stronger with every heat and every race meeting it's been coming to. The mechanics have been working hard on this boat, and the big wide sweeping corners and long straights of this particular track suiting this boat's performance. Fonzie laying down a blistering time of 49.08. Slade Stanley was the next competitor to attack the magnificent Albury circuit. As the boat flew up out of the hole and onto the plain, he really had the bit between his teeth. Slade certainly knows the deal, being a world champion in the category, and the hazardous machine always immaculately prepared. The conditions were ideal for these guys out here, and Slade recorded a blistering time, pipping out Fonzie Mullen by absolutely nothing. So it was down to the Doan Racing entry with driver Doan Rowan Smith at the wheel. He had Slade Stanley and Fonzie Mullen with fantastic times that he had to beat. Last runner of the night, could he do it? He put everything down on the water in the Doan machine, and in the end, Rowan Smith took a big win.
Rowan, the Doan Smith of Doan Racing, you've taken the win in the 400s, mate. You've got a bit of sweat on the brow there.
Oh yeah, man, we were pushing pretty hard that run. Got off the start line a little bit slow. I sort of wanted to go in there a little bit harder and get off a little bit better. Just made it up down the start straight, and I don't know, just everything clicked,
With the finals completed in the largest class in V8 Superboat racing, it was Fonzie Mullen on 44 points. 46 points was Slade Stanley in second spot, and Rowan Smith on 48 after the first round was completed. But any one of a number of about 10 crews could step up and get into the fight for the championship win. So it was time for the big bangers to approach the line, the superboats in their final, and it was Floorcraft, the first boat, away from the starter. Paul Burgess at the wheel had a little bit of a struggle getting through some of the tighter turns, but pushed his boat to the absolute limit. Dean Finch was the next competitor to face the starters in the superboat category, and he laid everything down on the water, as can be seen here, glancing the bank on a couple of occasions, proving that he was absolutely desperate out there this evening. He recorded a fantastic time. This was the best time recorded all day from Dean. Would it be enough to take out the title? So after a big week, Phil Dixon, after lending his engine to Jim Bailey and Pete Freckleton, had to settle down into the cockpit of his own boat and try and do the business here this evening. Phil Dixon, the seasoned campaigner that he is in the more True Blue machine, won the final in an outstanding effort.
Phil Dixon, you took out the win in the superboats, mate. As always, it's a run to the wire and you pulled it off.
Yeah, we sort of wasn't pushed as hard as we could have been, I guess, tonight, but it was still a good final in the end. And Dean Finch is never out of the equation. Doesn't matter how often you race against him, you can tell he's always going to be there. If you beat him, you earn it. Simple as that.
So now looking at the points in the superboat category, proving that consistency pays off. Louise Dixon in third spot at the moment on 38 points. Up into second spot is Dean Finch on 46, and leading the points table at the moment is Phil Dixon on 50 points. V8 Superboat racing is all about ups and downs and camaraderie. The caveman caught up with Pete Freckleton in the pits.
Peter Freckleton, you've managed to get some points. You haven't got a boat here. You're driving Jim Bailey's boat with Phil Dixon's engine. How's this come about?
I'm a bit lucky. I'm in the process of building a new engine. It wasn't ready in time. Jim rang me up and he said, "Righto, come and drive my boat, Freck, to keep your points up." So that'll be great, mate. So today before I come down, Jim rings me up and says, "Sorry, mate, I blew my engine up." Then get another phone call. He said, "Still come down. We found another engine from Phil Dixon. Worked all night, slapped it in, managed to get some points, stay in the hunt." And the guys, the matemanship here with the race guys is fantastic. Like, not many motorsports, you can get lend of an engine, lend of a boat, the whole thing looked after. I even got bacon and eggs at Cole Parrish's engineering joint, so I've done all right. So thanks very much.
Well, I tell you what, mate, it's absolutely unbelievable. You guys won't share secrets, but you share boats, engines and the rest of it.
Yeah, and I reckon after tonight I've had a good run, come home clean, the boat's ready for tomorrow, so we'll probably share a few stubbies later.
Tim's in the boat.
Well, that's it for the show. It has been absolutely flat out as always. And remember, if you want to win some sunglasses, some hats and some t-shirts, get to the onthewater.com.au website and hit the competitions button. And remember, whether you're strapped into a V8 superboat or you're building a high-tech yacht, a bad day on the water is better than a good day at work. See you next week.
This show has been proudly supported by New Pole and Slam.